Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, I'm Brittany. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. So today we're filming a very exciting video. We're going to be doing a full face using new makeup. The new makeup I'm going to be using I picked up in my last haul, so if you haven't seen it, it was a huge Ulta and Sephora haul. I will have it linked right here so you can watch that first so you know what goodies we're going to be trying today. But I'm super excited to try all this new stuff with you guys, so if you guys want to see this video, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have two primers. God. So I have two primers I want to go ahead and try out on camera with you guys. So the Cover FX gripping primer and also the e.l.f. putty primer. I tried the Cover FX one yesterday for the first time and it did not go well. I don't know if it was maybe because of my skincare. I had just applied my moisturizer, but I applied this baby and it seemed like it was going to be fine. And then I started applying my foundation and I got these weird like balls all over my skin, and I basically had to like start all over. And I knew it was the primer because I had used that foundation many times and that never happened, and so hopefully it doesn't happen today. I applied my moisturizer really early and really let it soak in, so we'll see what happens. So this is what the packaging looks like. You get 1 fluid ounce. It's also supposed to be firming, so online it says to go ahead and pat it in. So I'm just gonna really make sure I pat it into the skin. I'm gonna use about that much. It's super duper sticky. It literally feels like gel for the hair that you're like putting on your skin. And it says online that it's for normal to dry skin, so hopefully it doesn't make me like super oily. I'm gonna try to keep it on like the outer part of my face just because I want to try the e.l.f. one in the center of my face. It's so sticky though, it's like weird. But yeah, if it does that thing again today, I'm returning it because it was 40 bucks. It's not cheap and I really want it to like work good with my other products and not like mess it up, you know? I'm really gonna make sure I get right here at my like laugh lines. It's so sticky. Okay, and then I'm gonna get a little bit more for my forehead. Hopefully it'll help my forehead because my forehead always looks really dry and like cakey, I feel like. So it does say it's supposed to feel like firming. It feels a little bit tight. It kind of feels like I put like a gel mask on. Oh, it says Cover FX on the little cap. That's cute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands before we try the other primer just because they're still sticky. Okay, hands are nice and clean now. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha Primer, so we're going to see about that today. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully I'll be able to use it with my nails. I'm not used to having nails. I haven't got them done in forever, but I got them done the other day. Feels like a balm. Not as greasy as like the Tarte one felt. My nail is like already digging into it. So I'm just gonna press it into my pores and see how that does. It does feel a lot thinner than the Tatcha, and it does feel like dimethicone, like it feels very silky. I'm just like going like this with my hand because I don't want to put too much because then that's when your face could start like caking up because there's just too much product on it. Okay, so it is helping fill in my pores, but I don't know if you are going to be able to tell on camera. I have some shine right here now. It's like adding luminosity, which I don't know if that's good because it might make me oily throughout the day. I've seen in some people's videos that they'll literally like scoop it out like the Tatcha, but I feel like this a little bit goes a long way, so I feel like you don't need that much. So you could definitely tell like on my nose it still has like a sheen to it. So when I used the Tarte one before, that one actually mattified, so this one's definitely different from that one. I don't know if I should put it where my laugh lines are because I put the other primer. I'll just put a little bit just because I need anything that will help with that. I always crease in my laugh lines. Okay, so moving on to the next new product. This is the new e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I did try this out yesterday just because I wanted to test out the color, and this stuff is such good coverage. Like, it's really, really nice, but it oxidizes a lot. So in my haul, I said that it goes, like, the shades run really, really light. But now I kind of see why, because they oxidize so badly. Like this one might even be a little bit dark, but when you look at it, it looks super light at first. And so what I noticed from using this the first time is that it has really good coverage, but it's also super duper dry. Like I tried going on top with my sponge and the powder and it like clung really bad and it looks super dark and just dry. So on the other eye, I had used a brush and that really helped. But today I'm just going to use it to kind of correct my under eye veins just because this is in the shade Medium Peach. So it goes on looking more yellow, but once it dries, it does dry to a more peach color, which will help like correct my under eye veins. And then we'll try like another concealer to highlight, just because I have two new ones that I really want to try out. And so it has one of those like big doe foot applicators, and I'm just going to pop it right here on the veins. And I'm not going to apply too much, just because like I said, I'm going to be using another one as well. And then I'm just going to blend that in with my damp beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques one, but this concealer also dries pretty quickly, so you have to work kind of fast with it. My face still feels really tacky from that primer. So with the concealer, I like to drag it outwards, because I'd rather there be a lot of product here than in the inner part, just because that's where I crease the most. And so as you guys can see, this e.l.f. concealer has really good coverage. Hopefully it just doesn't look too dry today, but I really love the way it looks. And it will get darker, like it doesn't stay this light, but it's okay. So for foundation today, we're going to be trying the new L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I got the shade 420, which is True Beige, and it does come with a pump. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm really excited to give it a go. And then to apply it, I'm going to be using that same Real Techniques sponge. I'm just going to pump some onto there, and we'll see if this color works. Ooh, it smells kind of like paint. And we'll see if that primer does that weird thing today. It doesn't seem like it's doing it, which is really good, because I hated starting over yesterday. I feel like I did really good with the color, and then once I have bronzer, it'll match perfectly. So far it seems like it has a really good undertone. It's not too yellow or too pink. It's like really in the middle, like neutral. And it seems like it has pretty good coverage. So I don't know what's starting to happen, but right here it's getting really like dry and cakey. I think it's from the e.l.f. concealer, just because like I said, it gets really dry. So I'm not liking that. So now I'm going in with like a second layer on my cheeks, just to make sure I get that nice full coverage. So it's about medium coverage so far. I'm not sure about how I feel with that e.l.f. primer, just because I feel like my pores are still really visible. If you guys could see that, like they don't seem like they're filled in anymore after I put the foundation on. I feel like I'm using a lot of foundation pumps, but maybe it's just because the foundation's so liquidy and I'm using a sponge, so it's like really soaking up the product, as you guys could see. So maybe that's why. Maybe this foundation would be better with the brush. I'm just so used to using a sponge. Ooh, oh my god. This foundation looks really nice on the forehead. I'm so surprised that that Cover FX gripping primer didn't like ball up today. I honestly think maybe it's just because yesterday I applied my moisturizer and then I just went in with the primer and they just didn't mix well together. So if you're wearing any kind of skincare, you just want to make sure it's soaked in before you go in with that primer. I don't know what to do about like this dry part right here. Maybe if I like rub it in. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like after I built it up to the coverage that I like. I think the color is really nice. I feel like it has like a natural, leaning more towards matte finish. Like it's not super like glowy or anything, but it's not super matte like the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. That one is way more matte. It's kind of just like right in the middle. But if you have dry skin, it still might not be as hydrating as you want. So just keep that in mind. And now we're going to try the new concealer that goes with it. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And then for the color, I got the shade Ivory 330. So it should be nice and light to go ahead and highlight the face. And it has like one of those big applicators as well. So I'm just going to apply this to the outer parts of my eye and then also in that triangle kind of shape. Ooh, it's not as light as it looks in the tube, I feel like. Seems like it's really creamy. We'll do the under eyes first, just because I'm not sure how fast it dries. Hopefully that e.l.f. concealer mixes well with this. Ooh, that looks really pretty. Yeah, and it highlights just enough. Okay, so it doesn't seem to dry fast. So my face still feels really tacky. Like every time I touch it, it just feels like it's really grabbing the product, which when I put my powder, that will probably help that feeling go away. But I do feel like it's that primer, the gripping one. So hopefully it just really keeps everything on lasting all day. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it, and I'm definitely going to update you guys like in a hauled it, what's it called, update? Hauled it but how was it video? I still need to film that for my last haul because I have a lot of updates about those products. Okay, so far so good with the L'Oreal concealer. I really like it. I like the color. I like the coverage. It looks very smooth under my eyes, which I also like. So I don't have a new powder to try today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bake my face with my Too Faced Peach Perfect Matte Setting Powder. Alright guys, so my face is now set, and I do have some thoughts. So with the concealers on this eye, I set it with my sponge, so I just dipped it into the powder and like went like this on top, and it does look a lot more drier than this side. And this side I set with just a brush. So I feel like with both concealers, the e.l.f. and the L'Oreal one, I would use a brush to set it and not a sponge, just because they are both kind of really dry. But that might just be because I paired them together. Now yesterday I used the e.l.f. one by itself and it did the same thing, so I think the e.l.f. one is just really dry. I'm not sure about the L'Oreal one just because I haven't wore it on its own yet, but I do like the coverage. I do feel like the color oxidized a lot, like it's not bright under my eyes anymore. I feel like it's actually kind of darker under my eyes. What do you guys think? But yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I'm definitely gonna have to try them both on their own and see like how to use them correctly and like what goes with the concealers well, like which powders to use and stuff like that. But those are my thoughts right now. And then as for my pores for the e.l.f. primer, I feel like my pores are still very, very visible. Like I feel like the e.l.f. primer really didn't do much. Maybe I used it wrong, or maybe it's because I just didn't apply it correctly, like really press it in enough. I'm not sure. But yeah, I just feel like my pores are still visible. What do you guys think? From like before, are my pores more visible or less visible? Like, do I look a little bit more poreless? I don't know. But for the Cover FX primer, I feel like it's working really well. Like it's really letting everything stick to it. And yeah, that's what I think of everything so far. We're gonna go ahead and move on to eyes now. I did buy a new eyeshadow palette. Like I said in my haul, this is not new by any means, but it is newer to Ulta, so I thought I would pick it up. This is the Pure Passion eyeshadow palette. So this is what it looks like right here. And these are the beautiful colors. They're so pretty. I can't wait to use it. So I did set my eyes with some powder and it had concealer on there. I usually just prime my eyes with concealer every day, so that's what I did today. And I'm gonna go in with this lighter brown right here in the center for my transition. And I'm just gonna blend that into my crease and above it. So guys, I just finished the show Punisher and it was just so good. I'm so sad that it ended. But if you guys seen that, let me know in the comments. If not, you totally need to watch it. It's on Netflix. But now I'm hooked on another show. It's called Lucifer. It's also on Netflix and it's so good. I'm gonna take this lighter pink shade to pinken things up. And I'm just putting that in the exact same spot. So far they're blending really nicely. That pink is very light, so it barely shows up. They do have some powder kick up, but nothing too crazy. What color should I use on my lid? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and deepen things up first. I'm gonna take the deepest color in the palette, which is this one right here. I love these kind of browns. They're just like really chocolatey, kind of almost have some maroon in there. And I'm just gonna pack this on the outer corner and also bring it into the crease just a tad bit. Ooh, that's a lot darker than I thought it was gonna show up on my eye. So I'm gonna take another brush and take that pink shade and kind of use that to blend out this brown right here. These are blending so nicely. Even this really, really dark color is blending good. So you know it's good when the dark shade blends good. So if you're not a fan of powder kick up, you probably won't like this palette because look at that pink. It really has a lot of kick up, but it really doesn't bother me. I just blow it off. Like, I wish you could do that with your problems. Just blow them off. So now I'm going to take this beautiful like rose gold color right here on my finger. And I'm just going to pack this on the lid. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay, so that's really hard to do with my nails. So I'm going to go in with the brush instead. And just apply that all over. Okay, so that color doesn't look too hot on my wrinkles. But it looks okay, I guess. I don't know. Never mind. I feel like it looks flaky. What do you guys think? Maybe if I try one of the darker shimmers, I'm going to go in with like this maroon shade on my finger. And I'm going to pack this like more on the outer part. See, that one is more pigmented. Maybe that shimmer is just not good, the lighter one. Okay, I might as well put this all over now. Oh my gosh, have you guys seen the show You? That show is crazy. crazy, but it is so good. I went through that show so fast because I just wanted to keep watching it and keep watching it. So that red shade worked a lot better than the lighter color up here. So I'm just putting that all over. I probably won't even go in with the lighter color on this eye. I'll just go straight in with that red shade. So I just take it on my finger and then I'm just gonna pack it on and then I'll blend it out with the brush. Ooh. Okay, my eyes look like two different colors. Maybe I should have just done the same steps because now it looks different. I guess I'm gonna take some of that lighter color and just pack it on here and we're gonna mix them together so they look more similar. Okay, so I'm just gonna re-deepen these outer corners just so we don't lose that definition. So we're gonna see if these lighter shimmers do better when they're wet. So I'm gonna spray my brush with some Fix Plus and I'm gonna dip it into the lightest color and then I'm just gonna pop this in the inner corner of my eye. Ooh, that looks really nice. Okay, and to wipe away the rest of my bake, what I've been loving to do is take my mineral veil from Bare Minerals, which is just like a veil setting powder. It has like a pink undertone. And I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush and I'll use that to kind of buff away all this other powder just to give me like that airbrush finish. And it also sets the rest of my face. So my face definitely doesn't feel tacky anymore. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm definitely going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to go in with that darkest color we used. Then taking that brown in the center, the one we first used, I'm going to use that to blend that out. And then we're pretty much going to be done with the lower lash line. Okay, so moving back onto the face, I want to try this new bronzer. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It Sun-Kissed Bronzer for face and body. And I have the color 01 Light/Clear. So this is supposed to be like a glowy bronzer. It's really, really pretty. It has like a really nice cool tone to it. So we're going to go ahead and try to contour with this. Hopefully this color will show up on my skin. Okay, yeah, it definitely will. Put way too much. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that in. Super pigmented. It definitely leaves like a really pretty shadow, which I wanted. I feel like my foundation lifted right there where I put too much product. So that's my bad, I believe. I don't think the bronzer like did that. I think I just applied way too much. Yeah, because every time I put more, that happens. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's just like lifting all right here. What is all over my hand? I have like eyeshadow all over me. But that gives my face like a nice contour. Do you guys see that? That is really pretty. It reminds me just like the Physicians Formula one. Go ahead and take it on my forehead now. It's definitely not too orange, but it's also not like super gray either. It's really pretty. I'm even gonna try contouring my nose with that and see how that goes. Okay, so it doesn't look bad on my nose. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Maybelline Superstay powder foundation and I'm gonna see if I could fix those patches that I have right here. Oh my gosh, nails literally like disable you from opening stuff. So I'm gonna take some and just buff it right over these little dots that I have. Okay, so that definitely helped. Okay, so now to try a new blush. I got two from the haul. The LA Girl one I already tried. So today I'm going to try the Buxom. And this is in the shade Dolly. It's the primer infused blush. The LA Girl one I did like though. So just so you guys know, that one wore really good. And it just had like a really nice color payoff. But now to try this one. Okay, so this is what this one looks like. There's the color. So all my blush brushes have like residue from other blushes. So I'm going to use this one just because it's clean and it has nothing on it. And I really want to see what this color looks like on its own. It's so pigmented. Look at that. Okay, so hopefully it gives me that really pretty glow that it gives when you swatch it. So pigmented though. And it blends out really nicely. Yes, I like that. Okay, so it's not as glowy as like when you swatch it, but it's still like a really pretty finish. It's not too powdery, but also my skin is like super matte right now, so that could also be why it's like not as glowy. It does have a lot of powder kick up though, if you guys could see that. So a little bit goes a long way because when you tap your brush into there, it just like gives you so much. It looks a lot more pink on the skin rather than mauve-y, but it's still a nice color. And we'll see if it lasts longer because blush is the first thing to fade on your skin. And I feel like by the end of the day, I never really have blush on. So we'll definitely see if it lasts. Then I'm going to take the tiniest bit, like literally the tiniest bit on my nose. Okay, so far so good. I wish it was just a tad bit more glowier, I'm not going to lie. But it has really good payoff. It blends really nicely. so that is good. Now we're gonna try out a new highlighter. Hopefully this will go with my skin tone. So this is the new Hyper Real Glow MAC highlighting palette. It's in the color Shimmery Peach. And so I think I'm gonna use the middle shade and then maybe go on top with the lighter color, which is this one. So this one's like more of like a rose gold with some peach in it, and this one is more like a really light peach. Okay, so this first color we're going in with in the center is called Shimmy Peach. And we'll see how this shows up. I'm gonna try to keep it low just in case it's too dark. Okay, so it does have a really pretty reflection to it. I shouldn't put it right there where I have all that texture, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna go over my blush just a little bit with it. Ooh, that is so pretty. Do this side now. And then I'm gonna take the lightest color, which is Glow Baby Glow. But before I go in with that one, I'm actually gonna set my face and make sure it's like nice and damp first. And then I'm gonna pop that one on top. So in order to do that, I'm gonna use my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I'm super excited to try this. Hopefully it works really well, especially now because I'm so matte right now. I just need some life back into my skin. So let's go ahead and try this baby out. Oh my gosh, it's so fine. It's so weird because I can't even see it on my skin, so it's like, is it even there? Okay, so while my face is still wet, I'm gonna go in with that color and just pop it right here on the tippy tops of my cheekbones, just to give me that highlight. This one has more of like a gold undertone. They just look really smooth on the skin. It looks really nice. And then I'm going to take that same color on the center of my face too. Ooh, okay, so it looks a little dark on my nose. I don't know what to do now. Okay, so I'm not going to put no more on my nose while my face is wet. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll go ahead and buff out that color on my nose. Okay guys, so now that my face is nice and dry, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this Nikkie Tutorials highlighter from Maybelline, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the one on my nose just so it doesn't look so dark. Woo! I put way too much. Ah! Just gonna buff that out with my powder brush. Okay guys, so that was all the new products I wanted to try on camera with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be back on camera to tell you guys my final thoughts over everything I tried today. Okay guys, I'm back and I finished my makeup. This is what it looks like. Have you guys tried these? If not, you totally need to. They made mini Pop-Tart bites and they're so freaking cute. They're literally like mini Pop-Tarts. Look at it. These are the cinnamon kind, but I think it's cool because like they have less carbs because they give you a little bit less. They have 150 calories, so you could get the taste of like Pop-Tarts but less carbs. Okay, so that was so random. Let's go ahead and zoom in and take a look at my makeup. So this is what everything looks like so far. Everything looks really good. Like, I love the way my makeup turned out. I am getting a little breakout right here, but I was already getting that before I tried anything new, so ignore that ugliness. But other than that, like, my base looks nice and flawless. At first I was kind of like iffy about like the primers and stuff, but overall like everything looks good. And so now I'm just going to talk about all the products that I used today. So starting off with like the primers, I tried the e.l.f. one and the Cover FX one, which is right here. I'm definitely gonna have to keep trying these out just because I cannot tell from like first impressions what I think. I definitely need to try them out some more, but I will be updating you guys in the future, letting you guys know what happened, especially with the e.l.f. one, because I'm not sure if it's gonna break me out because it does have dimethicone, but the Cover FX one does too, I believe. And so I don't know, we'll see, but I'm glad that the Cover FX one didn't create those little balls like last time that I was telling you about. And so far so good with those. And as for the foundation is really, really nice. It has really good coverage. I like the finish. The color is really nice. Like, it matches me pretty dang perfect. And so that was good. As for the concealers, I tried the e.l.f. one yesterday on its own, and I really love the coverage and I love the way it wears. The only thing I don't like about it is that it oxidizes and it's a little bit drying. So I'm definitely gonna have to keep playing around with that. And then as for the Loreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, I really like this one too. I did end up liking the color. I still feel like it gives me like a nice bright under eye without being too bright. The coverage is really nice too. It does seem like it's a little bit dry as well, but I'm not sure if that's just because I used the e.l.f. one under it, so I'm definitely gonna have to try it on its own, but so far so good with that too. So I pretty much ended up liking everything. I just need to keep like trying them out. The Milani eyeshadow palette, I really love the mattes. The shimmers are kind of iffy, like they're not the best shimmers, but like if you just use all the mattes, like this is a really good like everyday palette. So I'm definitely going to try out the rest of the shimmers, but so far the mattes are my favorite. And the mattes perform kind of like high-end palettes in my opinion. The shimmers are, like I said, a little bit iffy. Now as for the bronzer that I tried today, which was the Lumi bronzer for face and body, this was really, really nice. I like the undertone. It's not too orange, not too cool. And I like the fact that it's not super matte, so it gives you that really pretty like natural finish. You could kind of see it like on my forehead. So I really like this. And I do feel like it's worth the money because it was like $14 or something like that. And then I tried the MAC Hyper Real Glow highlighting palette. This was amazing. I really love the highlight that it gave me. The only thing is it's a little bit dark on me, but other than that, it like works really good. I love the formula, so I'm definitely gonna keep using it. I will probably just like end up putting it over my blush, kind of as like a blush topper. Now speaking of blush, as for the Buxom one, it was really, really nice. I'm really excited to keep trying it out. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it throughout the day and see if it like lasts longer than my other blushes, but so far so good with that. And it's a little bit more affordable. I know it's still high end, so it's $22, but it's not super expensive like $30 or $40, if you know what I'm saying. And then what else did we try? Oh, I think that was everything. Oh, and then I also tried the Morphe setting spray for the first time. I really like it. I do feel like my face doesn't feel wet enough, so I'll probably go through it really quickly because I'll probably use a lot. But I'm interested to see if it helps keep my makeup on. I think it's pretty much more like a Fix Plus, something you use to like melt the powders on your face. And so yeah guys, that's gonna be everything for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions for me about these products, leave it in the comments down below. Also let me know if you want me to continue using some of these on video, just so you could see like me using it more often or something. I don't know. But if you're not already subscribed to my channel, BritanyRaquell, go ahead and subscribe before you leave. I do make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so that's 3 times a week. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!